What we're seeing is that behind the pop singles, and like Bad Romance for example, there's a darkness there, and that's what keeps it intriguing, that it kind of just muddies the waters a little bit. So you haven't just got a blonde tart singing pop songs, you know, as has happened in the past, girls and boys, yeah? You've got somebody who understands art, music and life, and that there's more to it than just one thing that's presented.
Yeah, I think the new single, Bad Romance, is something that demonstrates that you know, she's got a lot more left in her. It certainly follows the model of some of her previous singles, but it's equally as exciting, and you know, I think it's going to prove to be a dance floor success.
Bad Romance was the initial single from Gaga's re-release album and was critically well received, as well as being a solid top 10 hit around the world. With her style as well as her music providing plenty of room for discussion, Gaga further underlined these links by debuting her new single at Alexander McQueen's Spring and Summer collection during Paris Fashion Week.
There's always hero worship. I'm sure she has tons of fans who look up to her and want to emulate, you know, who she is, you know, how she dresses. I do think that what she does very well is she mixes the high-end designers like McQueen and Jean-Paul Gaultier and Marc Jacobs, but at the same time she still keeps her own thing by creating things of her own through, you know, House of Gaga. So she picks and chooses perfectly. Like maybe one day she'll wear one of her own creations, and the next day she'll wear someone else's creations. So I think, especially being, you know, a fashion editor, when I look at her, I think of someone who is a brilliant mind in the fashion world that can kind of bring those two worlds together, from lowbrow to highbrow. And especially in the economy that we're in, everyone wants, you know, to know that, oh wow, she made that herself with fabric that she got down here and, you know, put whatever under it to make it crazy looking. But the knowledge, knowing that she doesn't only have to go to these designers to look the way that she does, and that it was something that was already turning in her mind, is what people on the streets, is what her fans love knowing. And I think that's why they respect her.
I would say to anyone that is not sure of how to express themselves, I would say spend a lot of time reading books and going to museums, watching old movies, and researching on the internet.
Part of being a pop star is being fashionable. A lot of pop stars are dressed by their stylists. A lot of pop stars have their own style instincts. Very few pop stars want to look this ridiculous. Most pop stars, even when, like a Kanye or a Jay-Z, they're obsessed with clothes and they're setting the trends for the rest of their audience, are wearing clothes you could actually wear on the street. Gaga, who first came to our attention for her taste in fashion by abjuring pants. Pantsless was her thing. Clearly is saying, I want to wear clothes you can't wear on the street, that you shouldn't wear in public.
Do you ever wear pants?
Yes, of course I do.
But for the most part, I don't think I've ever seen you in pants. Is there a reason? Are you not pant curious?
Well, I have very nice legs.
Oh, no, you maybe look. You sly fox.
So her references tend to be edgier. They're a little more out there. You know, the makeup is from David Bowie. The ridiculous suspenders, leather shorts, and military cap is from The Night Porter. That's just weird and messed up. And sadly, I couldn't begin to tell you whether there's a lot of thought behind it, or she just thinks, hey, that looks cool and it looks challenging. But I can tell you that it doesn't matter. You know, what she's after is something that is absolutely gonna strike you as bizarre. Whether it means something is secondary. It's really about the spectacle. So again, when she appears on German TV in a dress made from stuffed frog plushies, I don't know what it means, but I know I remember it.
Her fashion's very avant-garde, and I think the fashion world gets very excited about her because she is coming up with new ideas. It might not always be runway or couture, but it's creative new fashion ideas. She's bringing excitement back to the fashion world. You know, fashion doesn't always have to be so pretty and delicate and perfect. It can be dangerous and provocative and edgy and scary, and it can be ugly, you know, and some of her things aren't pretty, and that's cool. It's just an expression. It's such an expression of creativity. And I think that's what's been missing in fashion for a while. You know, there's all, this year the pencil skirt is in, and this year puffy sleeves are in, and Lady Gaga just throws it all out the window, and it's like, this year razor blades on my elbows are in, you know? And that's exciting. I think she's probably inspiring a lot of designers out there right now. A lot of people dressed up as Lady Gaga for Halloween this year, and that's the mark. There's two things that really put you in that level of you are a superstar. It's when you get made fun of on SNL and when there's Halloween costumes for you out there. So Lady Gaga's on her way to being an icon.
Born in New York, in Lenox Hill of '86. Cheered for the Yankees with my dad in Section 6. And after traveling...
The musical map, Lady Gaga is on the brink of being life-changing, historical, and iconic, for sure. There's only one record there. We need to see what she does next. But she's already made her mark as one of the most unique artists out there. And I cannot see a follow-up disappointing. I think she's on that path of being one of those artists.
Yeah, she's totally on her way. She's not something that anyone will forget. You know, I by no means think that she is a fly-by-night or a flash in the pan, so to speak. I think she's going to be around as long as she wants to be around, as long as she continues to take care of herself and reinvent herself and take her music seriously. As long as she continues to do that, I think her staying power will be all right.
She's the latest in an illustrious line of musicians who understand pop and who are talented enough to be able to deliver what good pop should be. Now, whether Gaga continues to have a career in front of the camera in the music industry for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, well, time will tell. Certainly, you know, she's got everything going for her. She's cool, she's sexy, she's funny, she's really intelligent, and she, above all, is an excellent, excellent songwriter.